Hey, what's up, y'all? My name's George Wood, and today I wanted to talk about why hunting clubs / hunting properties need to establish strict management guidelines for harvesting whitetail deer. So, what do I mean by strict management guidelines? I mean either taking out a specific bad looking gene that isn't as appealing as some other genes, taking out a certain number of does and rat bucks to level out the ratio of the buck to doe ratio, which that also helps out the rut / breeding season, and it makes it to where there's less wear and tear on the bucks, and it just makes the rut shorter all along, which also takes away a lot of the wear and tear, which usually causes many white-tailed deer to either starve because they're running so much, or to just get beaten up and getting two bucks' horns locked up to where they end up usually just dying because they're out of strength to try to get themselves unhung up from. And that also helps out with that. Another guideline could be to letting the younger, higher potential whitetail bucks go, to let them breed and grow 1 or 2 more years to where they can reach their max potential. Another one is to take out the older, more mature deer that have already reached their potential and have already had their genes spread out all over the piece of property over however many years they've been alive. So I've seen these management guidelines work firsthand for years and years. So my dad and his business partner, they own a chunk of property just over the river, and we opted to put a high fence around it because the area that we were around, there were little to no management guidelines in those hunting club properties, and basically they would shoot whatever walked. Like, they had one guideline, and it has to be a 15-inch spread inside, which that's the width from tip to tip of the antlers. And so, I mean, there's 2-year-old deer at our place right now that have 15-inch wide spreads. And so, if a hunter is out there and he's specifically looking for a deer that meets their one guideline, they don't even check to see if it's a younger deer. I mean, it's honestly really kind of sad that they don't make these hunting clubs and put more detail into these type of things, because it really hurts the population. So, like I said, areas around my hunting property, they shoot basically whatever they see, and that just kills all the good genetics in the area. And so that's why we opted to put the high fence up, so we can trap the remaining deer that were in the fence to begin with. And we haven't brought any genes in there. They're all native deer. And it's just so much fun to see how much better this piece of property has been, because day one after we fenced it in, we set strict guidelines on what we needed to take out after putting trail cameras all along the properties to see what we have in there. We had guidelines such as taking this gene out, taking this number of does out, and each year it's only gotten better, and now we have 140, 150-inch deer running around. And it really is, there's more pros to cons of it. Yes, you don't kill as many deer, and you don't kill a deer each time you sit. You sometimes have to sit there and watch really nice deer at the feeders and stuff, but it really is mind-blowing how much management can do to a piece of property. I've been hunting since I was 5 to 6 years old. My dad introduced me at an early age because I was in a wheelchair. I couldn't play football, couldn't play baseball, And so hunting and fishing, that is my sport, and I really take it seriously, and I'm really good at them. And so took I took a role in really implementing these guidelines. I would look at every trail cam picture. I would decide what bucks are on the hit list, what bucks we're letting go a year or two, how many does we're gonna kill, and all this. People still say that hunters don't have hearts. Hunters should be treated the same way the animals were treated, but I don't understand that because we are giving these animals the chance to grow until their max potential. We're giving them food, water, and we truly care for these animals because we want them to thrive. We want them to, we want them to live a nice life. We want them to breed, to spread their genes around everywhere. And I have nothing but respect for these animals. Their meat tastes delicious. We also kill the deer. Everything we kill off the deer goes to good use. We eat it year round, and I just really wish that some areas, especially around us, would take a look at how good our area is doing since we've implemented these management guidelines. And I think this is beneficial for you, my classmates, to hear, because I know some of you may hunt, some of you may have family members that hunt or friends, and if you know that they're not implementing these types of guidelines at either your place or your friend's place or your family friend's place, then you can propose these ideas to them. And properties will only get better once we start using these management guidelines, and it's only going to be better for the deer. There's more pros than cons, and I have enjoyed this class so far, and I'm excited to see what you guys have to say.